Good evening, Canada. We are back with our new episode of Voice of Canada. Your host, Asphandiar Wadiwalla, my charming co-host, Richa, sareen, and we have got a wonderful, talented lady, Judith Gonzales. Welcome to our show. Introduce our viewers your first and the last name.
Oh, my name is Judith Gonzales. Again, from a Filipino community, and it's my pleasure, and I feel so overwhelmed.
Welcome.
Coming over.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Welcome. Richa.
Welcome, viewers. This is Richa Sareen here, your female co-host. Judith, from your biodata, we came to know that you have done a lot of education. Could you just brief us a little bit about your educational background, please?
Okay, so here we go. From the Philippines, I graduated bachelor's on administration in accountancy. And then when I get here to Canada, I came here as a caregiver. So after my caregiving job, I tried to get into the college, and then I took social service worker.
Wow. You have done a lot of work. Judith, we are aware of the fact that you have done a lot of community work, and you have settled so many Filipinos for their early settlements, for their guidance, for their,
I'm blessed.
You are blessed. And that you get a blessings when you do service to humanity.
Yes, it's a good, there is a good comeback on that. So you get a good return doing good things.
Judith, let's talk about your bio. You hold 6 important positions, we read. So go one by one, slowly, each position you're holding with each organization name, what you do, what are the objectives, briefly inform our viewers.
Of course, the very recent is a professional career international. That's my own business. I started it in 2015, and then it's thriving. Small business thrives in Canada. That's what I like.
We live on small businesses,
I know.
Judith. That's our economy is built on small businesses.
Exactly. And then right now that business is given to my daughter. Yes,
Wow.
it's an education and immigration consultancy.
Wow.
So we had a lot of students brought from the Philippines here, and most of them are immigrants now.
Immigrants now, they're with the PR holders.
And contributing to our economic because they are mostly nurses.
Definitely.
In big hospitals. Yes. And so I also have this and the films, I also produce and the films. I'm into media, broadcasting media, and then my 2 last thing that I did in film is the indie films. It's a true story of temporary foreign workers in Canada. So it's a real life story.
You got lots of foreign workers, especially the nurses and the maids.
I have a lot of stories because I am an advocate. I was an advocate and continuously advocating for them.
So the benefit of our viewers, can you inform them what are the criteria and requirements to get a international maid from Philippines or Sri Lanka or any foreign destination?
Like an employee or a student or what? An employee, of course. I was very experienced in handling with the temporary foreign workers in the caregiver section. We also have few in the business. We also have few in the technology. We also have
health workers.
Health workers. Most
of them are health workers. Filipinos are inborn health workers.
The caregivers was open in 2008. It was open to Indonesia, to Vietnam, Malaysia, and even India.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so it was open there because I think the Philippines dominated that industry in the last 20 years.
Maybe 2 decades they are dominating. Even the Middle East, you see, especially the UAE, the Filipino workers are the backbone of that country.
Yes. So I think the government said, okay, it shouldn't be only Filipino. So the coming of caregivers from Indonesia, Malaysia, India,
Thailand,
and also Africa.
Oh, wow.
People from Africa as well. So I was aware of that. That was in 2008, late 2000.
But it's still going on, or it has stopped now?
There was.
It has slowed down?
Slowed down, but coming up just very recently because of the announcement.
And the demand is still there, no? There are lots of people who need very reliable nannies and
yes,
caregivers.
The demand is there. That's why they're putting it back with less requirements.
So you also inform our viewers, when a caregiver comes from Philippines, for example, has to clear any diploma in some studies she has to do to qualify the Canadian standards?
Yes. First is that they should have an experience for at least 6 months. That's the newest. Okay. I'm speaking about the new announcement by our minister Mark Miller. Yes, that caregivers who would like to come to Canada should have at least a 6 paid experience from other countries or here in Canada. For one, number two, they should have an education, at least
graduate,
post equivalent to secondary education.
Secondary high school education
would have an CLB language, IELTS or CELP.
Good speaking and written English.
Yes, for at least 4. And then that's all.
That's all.
Yeah, and then they can come here as permanent residents
after 2 years.
No,
they can come as a right. Oh wow!
On the arrival,
that's a very good news. That's a very good news. Then so your business should.
We advocated, not just we have a lot of advocates who worked in that in 2000. Yeah, 2000, early 2000, we were marching in the Queen Street for that.
Yeah.
Finally, after 24 years, we get it.
Very good, very good. We really appreciate all your services to the communities.
Yes, and
Actually, go ahead with other organizations. I talk about Philcor.
Yes, the Philcor. Okay, this is the first organizations that it was in 2000. I came in 2001.
Same year I came.
It was very difficult though the time because I was in Pickering in Durham. Transportation is not so good. Plus,
that was very small. That time it was like a towns, small towns or villages.
And there's not a lot of Filipinos there at that point because Filipinos are in downtown, Bathurst and Wilson, right? That's where we are.
That is the Phil town we call it.
Phil town. So during the time, I felt the need there should be a group. So I kept on going to church, and then I met one Filipino there in a church, and I say, can we just form a group? And then her friends and my friends get together, and then we incorporated the Philcor support group. I did it myself.
Because Filipinos are very good in networking. Very good in networking. Once with a mouth, just you tell one, she will spread the word.
Yes, and then we were able to put in very good organizations which really has the passion to help each other. We have a lot of issues at the time, but because we are together, it's a lot easier for us to actually solve some issues.
Quite a big pageant you hold it with about over 25 to 30 ladies in each of your pageants, and that's a big pageant. If you see being a caregivers and nurses and healthcare workers, but still when they used to perform, they used to be seen like a real queens.
Because they were trained 8 months.
8 months?
8 months. I have to bring them to the street to understand how to
train them, how to walk,
how to walk, how to talk to people, how to talk to media.
And how to kill their fear of talking on the stage and media. And
conquer the fear,
Very good, very good.
Yes. So I need them to be... I was a caregiver myself, and being confined in 4 walls makes you so, I would say, awfully bad.
Dull. You become dull.
Because you become brainless.
Awesome. Actually, let's move to other organization. There are 6. So tell us something more about your...
Then I have this the radio, which I think I've started. Pinoy Radio, Pinoy TV. I also have a Pinoy TV.
I'm well versed with both your radio and TV.
And then I became a vice president of a career college. That's where I started international student. I learned about international student, and then how I brought a lot of nurses here in Canada. Right?
So they're very successful. We still need lots of nurses. There is a great demand of a qualified. So what is the
nurses.
name of your college?
Canadian International Career Colleges.
And it is in downtown or?
It's in Bathurst and Wilson before.
Bathurst
Now
and
it's in
Wilson.
Scarborough.
In Scarborough.
Right now,
Very
it's
good.
in Scarborough.
Very good.
So,
So it's still there. So if anybody wants to approach you, they can approach us. They can approach
they
you
can
directly.
go there. They
or
can
they
go
can
there,
go there
straight
also.
because I'm no longer with them. But it was a good school, and I mentored a lot of PSW and nurses there.
Mm-hmm.
So it is a good. They have a good programs for healthcare workers, and the last one is I became the educational director after I graduate with a social service diploma.
Mm-hmm.
I became an educational director of an employment agency for nurses and PSW as well. So whatever I have learned from the field and from the schools, I was able to apply it right away after my graduation.
But you must be aware, Judith, that there are 2.4 million Filipinos based in Canada.
Mm-hmm.
You are a very large immigrants, community of immigrants. And not only in Ontario, they are in all other provinces as well.
Yes, I think Ontario is just where
Ontario,
the
main
majority,
concentration is there with Bathurst and Wilson.
Yes.
But now if you come to see even Mississauga,
Oh,
we have got a huge number of Filipinos. And if you want to observe Filipinos, you can go to Jack Darling Park on Sunday.
yes.
To witness how many of them are there. And they do the summertime, they do barbecue.
Yes.
You will find every second tent is a Filipino.
Yes, I know that.
You know that? And it's so, I feel proud because I have worked with your community a lot, especially in Bathurst and Wilson. I have promoted so many of your pageants also.
Yes.
It's not that, and that's how you came to know me and you invited me.
Yeah, I think the pageant that I did is very original. Original in the sense that it's a non-profit organization who organized that, and that all the proceeds. It's not just for those ladies who wanted to get improved or be better, but it also a lot of 100% of the proceeds goes to send it back to the Philippines. We build toilets, sanitary canteens, and stuff for children.
Beautiful.
About 20, 25 projects we did.
Very good, very good. Go ahead.
So Judith, as you have been involved with so many organizations, right? Is there any organization which was helping in the settlement services for the new immigrants as well? Yeah,
the Field Corps Support Groups, the group, the one that I have founded, we did a lot of integrations for the newcomers, especially for those who are bringing their family when they become permanent residents. The family is coming with them, joining them here in Canada. So we did a lot of, it's not just the Field Corps, we collaborate with organizations. Especially the big issues at that time is reunification. I don't know, during time of Minister Kenny and Chris Alexander, the backlog is like some caregivers would become permanent residents in 12 years. 12 years.
8 to 12 years was the time, longest time.
So when you leave your country, when you left Philippines, your child is only 3 years old. They come here when they're teenagers. There's a big gap already. There's a missing link between the mother and the daughter or the son. Children,
definitely.
So there's a big issues in reunifications.
And now they allowed the families to come also.
During the time, no.
But now they're allowed.
They're allowed,
If the lady is having a sufficient fund, she's earning, she can bring in the family. And they can integrate into Canada. And the children can have all the facilities of schooling, health, everything. And even the hubby can find a job.
Yes, you're right. Because that's the best that I think the program and the involvement of the program from then and now. It's just for me, when I met the Minister of Immigration during the announcement, I said I feel like it's too good to be true. But it's true.
It's true. But that's your hard work, because I remember those days, there were lots of hassles and difficulties, the bureaucratic hassles. Because I'd also handled so many cases, hardship cases of the Filipino nurses and PSWs. And you could recall one or twice I even called you also for her advice, because there were cases. So I said she knows this subject well. So she also had given me advice on the phone.
There's a lot of abuses during that time.
Lots of abuses,
In 2008, during the time of Minister Kenny, the supply of the caregivers were because of the ghost employers, right? The supply of caregivers, when they get here to Canada, the employers will take them off of the contract. So
and
it's
they
their
even
name.
needs to hold their passports.
Yes.
That's some 2-3 cases I handled, and we got involved the police and the law enforcement, and got the passport back.
Yes.
And the lady was virtually like captive, held like a captive by employers.
Yes, there's a lot of those in 2008 because of this oversupply.
And
yes.
lots of cases in Middle East, but few were happened even in Canada.
Yes, they happen, really.
We'll be taking a short break, and we'll be back with you soon. Welcome back after a short break in our weekly talk show, Voice of Canada. Your host, Asphandiar Wadiwalla, my charming co-host, Richa, sareen, and we have got a very wonderful, talented lady guest who is a great community worker, Judith Gonzales.
Yes.
Welcome back after a short break.
Yes, so welcome back. Stay tuned with us.
So, Judith, inform our viewers of Voice of Canada about your great media experience. How did you start it? You first started, I think recall, it was a Pinoy radio.
Yes.
And then the TV was added to that.
Yes.
And it was from the same premises in Bathurst and Wilson on the first floor.
And yes, on the second floor.
Second floor, yeah.
And then we moved to Vaughan.
Oh, that I am not aware. I
the
remember
Pinoy radio moved to Vaughan, and then when I left the Pinoy radio, we started the Pinoy TV, where we have the TV, not just radio. Then that we're back to Bathurst and Wilson.
But that was going very well because I appeared in both your media outlets. You were kind enough to allow me to grace and come over and speak to your community. But why did it stop suddenly? It stopped during COVID?
No, I chose to stop it because I got busy with the filming. Yes, but just to have a second opinion
but
about.
you're a very qualified. You have trained so many people in TV and radio.
Yes.
Few of them, they were with me long time, working with me.
Yes.
You know, in my
and some of the children that works for me in TV are now in the mainstream.
Mainstream.
Yes.
Wow.
So,
wow.
Yeah, I mean,
you must
it's
be
really
so proud seeing those children. Because see, today they are showing that the Filipinos are united and they are well placed.
Yes.
And they are the hardworking community.
We are very hardworking.
That is no doubt. Go ahead.
So Judith, I know you just talked about your daughter. Our viewers would definitely love to know what other family members you have.
And congrats, you have become a grandmother.
Oh, you know.
That day you wrote to me, I was with my grandchildren.
Grandchildren, yeah. Okay. I was the first one who come to Canada. And you know, I have about 52 family members in Canada.
Oh, wow.
Because I focused.
The close family need.
Yes.
Members. Blood relations.
Yes, blood relations.
Wow.
I focused on bringing them over. Because I first had a depression. I experienced depression here when I was alone.
Alone,
right?
yeah.
So my first prayer was, God, give me the strength that I can bring.
You can
my
survive
family
and
here,
bring the family members here, and they can have a better life.
So we are like a tribe.
Like a tribe.
We're like a tribe, and
definitely.
we are like few of I think 3 of us are in business. We have our own little businesses, and then most of us are in healthcare, nurses, physiotherapists.
I have forgotten the name of your assistant who was the second hand in Philcor.
Marisol?
Marisol was a participant.
Christine?
Yes.
Christine.
How is she?
Christine is now, he is an assistant to CEO of a big company. So he is also.
So say hi to her.
Yes,
whenever she won't forget me.
Yes, Christine is one of our candidates as well that I got developed. And yeah, there's a lot. I cannot count in my fingers the women that was developed by the
and
pageant.
Good people helped you during all your platforms, because look at Josie De Leon.
Yes.
Josie has also worked her way up. She has
the
worked
CEO
very hard.
of the CEO of College of Trade Ontario, before our former consul. I don't know if you still remember David Chibuti.
No, I don't. I remember the lady who was very quite a powerful. She became an ambassador to Jordan or somewhere else. Also, she went.
Oh,
West,
yes.
West.
Mm-hmm.
She
Okay.
still writes to me. She's on
Oh,
Facebook,
that's good.
and whenever she gets anything she wants to know, she writes to me.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that's
Her
nice.
the surname was West. She had married a white man.
Yes, she is West. I forgot her name. That's ambassador. Our ambassador. I think
Ambassador.
she's back in. I think she's now in Vancouver somewhere
Hmm.
right now.
She's settled here.
No,
No, she's in
as
Philippines.
ambassador. As
Okay,
ambassador.
ambassador.
Yes.
Yeah. Go
So
ahead.
Judith, since you have been into social services for so many years now,
Mhm.
right? Which challenge do you still face is like you can like somehow the government can support or any other organizations can step into
To help your
improve?
community.
I think it's more of there's a lot of the challenges that I do. Although the government has answered, you know, if you present some issues to the government, 6 issues, they will try to solve at least 2 or 3.
2 or
right?
3 at least, yeah.
So the one that has really been uh, not
Being resolved yet?
yes,
Yeah.
is of course that the abuse. There are
Still
it's
there, you
still
find it.
there. I still
But there should
find
be a
them.
reporting center on a Filipino
There is.
organizations.
There is, but if it's just yesterday I get a call. She's just like 3 weeks ago here.
Oh my
Just
God.
3 weeks ago.
Can't believe such an
Yeah.
educated place. People are educated. People are quite, but still they are.
She is from Hong Kong, and
Uh-huh.
then he said, I really don't need much money. I just need to be treated well.
Well, treated well
As
with respect
human,
and
as
dignity
human.
and dignity.
That's all. And I told her, okay, this is what you do, this is what you do, this is what you do, and let's see after 1 month. In her 3 weeks, I haven't received any salary yet.
Oh my God.
That's why I said, okay, give her a benefit of the doubt. Just remind her. Maybe she just keeps forgetting, but keep reminding her. And then after 1 month, probably 1 month and a week, let me know. See if
Very good.
you know.
Very good. There is somebody who makes that person accountable.
Yes.
You know,
Yes.
because
Mhm.
people come to earn with dignity and grace.
Yes. Yes. Money is just a second.
Money is
I mean,
a
for
secondary.
us, it's secondary.
Money is not everything as far as
Yes.
the respect and dignity is concerned.
Mhm.
That we
Mhm.
thoroughly believe as Canadians.
Yes.
Go ahead.
So Judith, you are not only providing support and bringing the talented individuals here, but you're even supporting them once they are here and you're still there for
Mentorship.
them.
Yes, sir. Mentorship,
That's amazing.
services,
That's my
Yeah.
mentorship.
settlement services you do.
Mhm. Yes.
Still you do.
It's because it's voluntary, right? So I just I became speakers of different organizations, and then I refer them to organizations. I
Mhm.
refer them to newcomers settlement.
Newcomer settlement places.
This is wherever you
And
are.
you
place
guide
at
them
Flipper,
about
yes.
how to find a house, how
Yes.
to find a place of residence,
Yes.
how to get employment. What
Mhm.
all avenues you show them how to explore.
Yes. It has and there has been a lot of those that I've seen. Right now I even think in the night when I sleep, I said I look back and I said, because in the Facebook you know I have memories, right? You can see that.
Mhm.
And I would just say, oh God, I would say this is the abuse caregiver. It pops up in my memories, and then and looking back, she's an abuse, and now she is a social worker. I brought her to
The experience also makes her
yes.
so nothing happens to the future to
Yes.
people who come over here.
Yes. So those are the kind of things that I'm grateful and blessed in, that making a difference. You don't have to make a difference so many lives at a time. Just make it one life at a time.
Happy.
And this gonna be I always say pay it forward.
Yes.
Pay it forward. The more there will be Judith Gonzales, the more people
Definitely.
will have a better
No.
life.
You must train more volunteers
Yeah.
who can assist you and guide you with the newcomers. Because still Canada needs lots of Filipinos.
Yes.
You
And
know?
media. That's why I'm here in the media, because of that. Not a lot of people they become abused because they don't know.
They don't know the
Yes.
system and how to go about.
Yes.
Okay. Judith, inform us about the awards and certificates you received in your lifetime.
Okay, I think I would really.
You're a celebrated lady.
Thank you. I mean, I don't deserve those. I mean,
No, still, I feel you deserve because I remember you got this Diamond Jubilee, Queen
Yeah,
Elizabeth
yeah.
Diamond Jubilee Award soon after us. Because
That was the most outstanding volunteer by the Queen Elizabeth through the general. I forget the
no, Governor General,
Governor
yeah,
General.
David Johnson.
Yes, and then I have this from the late Senator. That was the recent. That was last year's late Excellence Award for Excellence from the Senator, the late Senator Enverga. Every
Oh my God,
time,
we miss him.
yeah, we missed him.
We miss Enverga a lot, but we are happy off and on we meet his wife.
Yes.
Still we meet his wife and his children and we feel happy.
Yes.
Otherwise, he was a great man.
He
And
was
that
a
man
great
gave
man.
his life on duty.
Yes.
On duty.
Judy. Yes. So that was the biggest. So and then the rest are like from the different organizations, and I had a lot of citation from different ministers. I think there's about 10 to 12 citations from different ministers, liberal,
Lovely.
liberal, conservative,
all the political personalities.
Political personalities and different organizations. Yes, but I always say that those are just bonuses, right? Awards.
No, that's an encouragement to you for your hard work to prove that the government and organizations and the political personalities appreciated your services and they awarded you.
But that's not my motivation to do work. Okay, I just wanna clarify that I don't do this for award.
You did not ask for, and you were given. That's the biggest thing. Yeah. Because there are people who even keep asking, you know, for citations and from. I remember how the people went crazy for the Queen Elizabeth medal. They went crazy. They used to remind the MPs always what happened to. I said, this is not you have to earn it. I used to always tell them how our names came out in the first list and we were awarded with grace, honor, and a ceremony was also held for that.
Yes.
And after that, even I got the Platinum Award too, Queen Elizabeth.
Congratulations.
You know?
I mean, you did a lot of good work. I've been, you know, as PS, like you can see him anywhere. Any events from the Filipinos, you were there.
Especially your community, I did a lot, you know. But now I've gone a little slow with age and other factors. Involved. COVID slowed us down, but I did a good thing by starting this show. We've got a very good platform. I've got a very good viewership, and we can be watched all over the world.
Wow,
you know, even in Philippines, you can watch. I will give you all the links how your show can be watched.
Sure.
Plus, we put on YouTube as well, so it's a permanent link for you.
Wow, thank
you appeared in a Canadian show. Plus, we show it on Rogers.
On Rogers
then, yes, that 4 IPTV boxes. Then we are on 2 satellite channels. So we are worldwide.
Wow, congratulations.
Thank you. Go ahead.
Judith, since we were talking about the pandemic here just now, right? Were there any challenges you saw during the pandemic which you think are still prolonging or still needs to be addressed in your community specifically when you're in like out and about helping everyone else?
Mental health.
That is the biggest, is number one issue now after COVID.
Mental health.
The mental health, to improve the mental health of the people.
Yes.
And the second, then the inflation comes.
Yes.
So would you like to throw some light on special issues which we are facing, post-COVID issues we call it?
Number one, of course, is this mental health. I think being a family with four children, single parents. Okay, I'm a single parent for so many years now, 15 years. And during the COVID, I am the sole provider, right? So plus the community, plus everything. So I find the mental health because my daughter and my child, one of my son were affected. I was also affected because of that, right?
By COVID.
Here. Yeah. By COVID, right? So it was a chance, but again, we were very proactive. We pay psychotherapist for my daughter. And she had a psychotherapist. I also have my own because I want to understand her.
Exactly.
Right? I want to understand my daughter because I know she grew up without me.
Oh my God, yeah.
She grew up with other people, and here I am taking care of other children. So there is the gap from me and my daughter that during the COVID came out. right? So those are the problems. And of course, the economics. I mean, we were greatly affected by the inflation.
Inflation is there,
Yeah.
unemployment is there,
And
and the biggest is
yes,
housing.
housing, yeah.
Housing has become unaffordable. And Judith, for your information, I have the facts and figures that nearly 160,000 people have left Canada, Ontario.
Wow.
They have gone, mostly they have gone to US and
Mhm.
others back to their own land of origins.
Yes.
So that is not a good sign. A reverse migration, we never knew the word, what is a reverse migration? So
Mhm.
that has even happened.
I've seen people going back to their home country because, you know, when on 2001 or prior to 2001, my dream is to come to Canada because I know Canada is one of the best country to live in, right?
Definitely.
And then here, later, 20 years ago, 24 years ago, people are going back to where they came
Where
from
came
because
from. It's not a good sign.
yeah,
It's
that's
not a good
I
sign.
don't know if it's
But
really the reverse
no,
migration.
it's going on.
Right?
On.
So
We are not
yeah.
giving you the. We are
Mhm.
speaking on a media and a
Mhm.
world media, so we
Mhm.
can't give any false news.
Mhm.
Reverse migration has started,
Wow.
and our province of Ontario has really become unaffordable.
Oh yeah, I can see that because my international students, temporary temporary residents here in Canada, such as international students, during the time, the first few years that I have them over, it's easy. Just after the COVID, just 2022, 23, housing, the money that they were prepared to bring here, it's no longer enough for them to sustain
to survive.
their school.
You even put food on the table.
Yes.
You know that I have met so many people who have taken up second job after their full-time job, but still they are unable to put food on the table because the house rents, property taxes,
double,
so double. Groceries. You can't imagine.
Last year, I had this food banks. I think we have distributed about over 100 plus a package to 150 students.
Very good.
Helping. That was my yearly thing. During my birthday, I do that. And my daughter said, "Mama, let's give some international students, those that came from us, to go through us, were informed. Those that came from other agencies, they were not informed, so they were suffering, right? So that's what we did. We give to newcomers, we give clothing,
yeah.
yes,
and to try to find them the places to stay.
Judith, it is time for us to say goodbye to our viewers. We really appreciate you taking
how the time has flown. See, the production is giving me a red light that we must soon end. But I've got so many things to ask you, as I've met you after 1 decade. I would say easily, I would say it's 1 decade. Then you are always in my mind. And since the time Richa has become the federal minister for small businesses, off and on in our conversations, I bring you, and she says, yes, Aspi, she's a lady worth depending upon.
Thank you.
So we would like to thank you for coming here and taking your precious time and spending with us and with our viewers. You are an inspiration for so many women. I wasn't aware of you about you, but you were Aspi's friend. You are very inspirations. Thank you for coming. And
my pleasure. I've been very grateful that I would be able to share.
And in futures, what I was thinking only during this week, when I made a script for you, I would request you we can very soon, maybe in a month or two, we can have another show by you bringing 2 caregivers who have brought them, who have trained them, and how happy they are, and what are their suggestions or what difficulties they have faced or they are facing. And what we should
successful ones,
and what we should do to improve their lifestyle over here in Canada.
Yes, sure.
So, would you like to give a final remark to our viewers?
Yes, sure.
Give a very strong remark to the community and to Canadians.
With what's going on right now, I think we Canadians should be very sensitive about what's going on around us and be ready to serve people that needs help because we are Canadians.
We are Canadian, Filipino Canadians.
Filipino Canadians.
How can
yes.
you forget the roots?
The Filipino Canadians. I stand corrected.
And say a line or two in your Tagalog to your Filipino people.
Okay, so magandang hapon po sa inyong lahat. Kamusta kayo?
Thank you.
I'm in the Voice of Canada.
Definitely.
With my very good friend, Aspi.
Thank you. Thank you for your kind and sincere words. I knew you are my sincere friend, and that's why I have never hesitated to approach you.
Thank
Always.
you.
So with that note, we'll be signing off soon from our weekly talk show, Voice of Canada, which is produced by Awaz TV Entertainment. Your host, Asphandiar Wadiwalla, my co-host, Richa Sareen, would like to say good night, goodbye, God bless Canada, God save our King.
See you next time.
See you next time.